Welcome to episode 112 of the Women's Business Workshop podcast. This is your host and business coach, Robin Walker. If we haven't met yet, I help small business owners and entrepreneurs find their business path to create a business plan structure that highlights your strengths, makes more money, and helps you have time off to do the things that are important to you. One of the components of my business is hosting events for small business owners in the Wisconsin-Illinois area. Every year, I try to share about what I see happening in our local business communities and how small business owners can utilize the information to keep up with consumer trends. Well, back in January 2020, if you take yourself back to that hopeful time of year in 2020, I hosted my usual Plan Your Year business workshop. So beginning of 2020, we sat down and we planned our year. Little did we know the irony of planning for that crazy year. Ever since 2020, each year continues to be difficult to predict as far as business trends or what to expect. And 2026 has been no different. However, I am still going to show up and let you know what I'm seeing in the small business world in regards to consumer preferences, business owner needs and capacity, and how to keep bringing in sales in this economic environment. You have bills to pay, but not only that, your business makes a difference to your clients and your community. We need to keep showing up. Small business matters. What you do matters. Today, I'm going to focus on 3 ways that I'm encouraging my clients and group members to attract new and repeat sales for 2026. For small business owners, as we all know, there's so much that's out of our control. What our clients do, what your industry does, bigger world factors, all the things that are out of our control. Sometimes that feels more so than other times. So I've talked to a lot of business owners right now that are feeling like a lot of things are out of their control right now. My advice is to find the places in your own business that you can build stability. I've never met a business owner that doesn't have some part of their business that still feels out of control for them. So find in your business what you can control, build that stability, document those processes so that your decisions are made on purpose and based on a plan and not reactionary or due to urgency. When you're only reacting to the day-to-day, and creating things new all the time, and every invoice is a brand new, fresh slate that you're creating, that leads to bad decisions, spending more time than you need to, and it doesn't keep your daily actions aligned with your long-term goals. So we want to start with a plan. I'm saying this because a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is marketing, attraction, client retention, but I always think it's important to have your business plan first, before your marketing, before your social media, before planning any events. So as I say these things, I'm just giving a disclaimer that it's hard to plan an event if you don't have your ideal client also aligned with the offers, the pricing, all the things. And I don't want you to waste your time or make things more unpredictable by adding more before you go back and really optimize and align the foundations of your business. All right, so I said it, we can move on. I work with small business owners and entrepreneurs that are predominantly in the Midwest. Our small businesses were started with passion and also a desire to provide a better experience for customers. Maybe you were in an industry and you didn't like the service you had to provide based on your organization and what their requirements were. Some of you are starting these businesses because you want to offer a better place for employees to build a career. You also know that as an owner, every sale is a relationship. And every sale means you bring home more money to your household, you can pay your staff better, but it all comes with a relationship. Many of you are referral-based or word-of-mouth-based business models. So what I'm going to share fits perfectly with that, and it's what I want you to lean into. And again, everyone's business is different, so some of these may not apply to you. Grab what you can. And if you're unsure, I have a link in the show notes for complimentary 30-minute one-on-one sessions if you want to check in with me Set up a free call. We'll talk over your business and we'll see where things feel unstable and where you can provide some stability within your own business. First one is that attraction piece we're going to talk about. Consumers are looking for real and authentic experience. AI can do a lot of great things for the behind the scenes of your business, but I think a lot of consumers are hesitant when they can't tell if something's AI or not, or it feels impersonal. And as a small business, that is an advantage you have, is that you can have a more personal experience. Larger companies have so many guardrails up, so many ways that things are automated. As a small business owner, you can find that nice middle ground of automated systems, process for why you do the things you do, but you also are a person and you're leading your business, and it's small enough that you can add a lot of personality and relationship when you're dealing with your customers and your community as a whole. So that's an advantage. So we want to lean into that. Around Christmas, I see in a lot of Facebook groups people saying, I'm looking to give experiences as gifts instead of more things. I think people have a lot of things. Now, Amazon also is doing very well financially, so people are still buying things. But as a small business, if you can add some kind of personalized experience, some kind of in-person event or interaction, or a way you can make their experience feel more like it's for them, I think that is going to be an advantage for you. If you have a brick and mortar space, there's a lot of ways that you can create that personalized experience, but let's talk a little about events and giving a reason for people to come in. Now, events can run the gamut. This is a free workshop. This is a free experience you can do when you come into our shopper office. It could be an off-site event. It could be that you are part of a business collaboration event. You have to pick the event that aligns with your business goals, your ideal client, and what you're hoping to get out of this event. So take some time. I don't suggest just throwing an event out there because you say, well, Robin said I should be doing events. Not everyone needs to be doing events, but there's ways that you can give them reasons to come in. Maybe that is a temporary seasonal type experience, backdrop, something that is only going to be there seasonally. So it feels like they don't want to miss out. It's something aligned with customer outcome, customer experience for you, and it's only going to make their experience better. Not unrelated, not random, but purposeful to make that client experience better. But it's not there all the time, and you don't want to miss out on it. You want to be able to come and see it or be a part of it. These can be fun. They could be educational. It could be something that people want to share about. There was a group of people surveyed by the Consumer Trends Report. 45% of the Gen Z and millennials that were surveyed consider themselves content creators. 45%, so almost half of the people that were surveyed in those two generations consider themselves content creators. They are ready to create some kind of content. We all know as business owners that content is never ending, and I don't consider myself a content creator, but I can tell you when I'm in a space, in the back of my mind, there's always this part asking, Robin, is there something here that could be a part of your content at some point? We all take a lot of pictures or videos that we never use because we think, hey, someday that might be able to be used as content. So imagine the people who actually consider themselves content creators. They are looking for experiences they want to share. So what incentive or experience could you be providing that will naturally encourage people to share about you with their audience? Now you may be thinking, well, what I do isn't really shareable. There's not really anything I can do. I will challenge you. And I will use a dentist, Dr. Brady Smith, that I follow on Instagram that has really funny reels. And he's a dentist. Most of you would think, if you were in that industry, that there's not much fun that you can share. And what experience, who wants to share about going to the dentist? Well, one of his reels, he shared about having an adult treasure chest for prizes. So, when you're a kid and you go to the dentist and you get to pick some plastic little toy out of the treasure chest. Well, he created one for the adults. I can bet you that people are taking pictures of that. They're doing a little video and they're tagging him and sharing about this adult treasure chest. Does it cost them a lot of money? I doubt it. But it has created an experience, a surprise and delight, something fun, but also something shareable. If you can come up with some kind of small experience, it needs to align with your branding, your personality. You don't want it to feel out of place. But if you can find something that also enhances the client experience and is shareable, you will have a home run. That's a suggestion for attracting based on an experience or an event to get them to check you out, to learn about you, some brand new visibility. Taking that to the next step of attracting through human relationship. So once someone is in your orbit, they have met you at an event, or maybe they come into your space or book an appointment, we want to have that be based in human relationship. There's a value to automation. I think there's a sweet spot in the middle of feeling personal and having the experience feel like it was just for them, but also having things easy and automated. If we've worked on your business plan together in the past, you have your main focus path for client attraction. If you're listening and we haven't done that together yet, just know that your path is unique to you. So when I talk about your focus path, that is, where are they finding you? Where are they being nurtured? Where are the take action steps in order to get to working with you? I'm going to share some ways that you can narrow that path focus through some more human connection. Whatever your online presence strategy is, I want you to continue to show your personality, your unique experience behind the scenes of your business. Build a connection and show them who you are and what you stand for. If I am looking to book a personalized experience with someone, some kind of service, let's say, and I go to your website and all I see are stock photos, it's really hard for me to commit to working with you. Let's say even in the dental industry example, if I can't see pictures of any real dentists on your site and it all looks like stock photos, that's not building any human connection for me. It's not making me trust you at all, because it seems like it could be anywhere in the US. It could be any dentist. It could be, it doesn't give me any perspective on who you actually are, and it's not building any personal connection. Personal human connections come from intentional activity. So not only your forward-facing online presence, and of course, I'm always nudging you to share your expertise, get your face out there, or at least share how you're different. What is your thought leadership? We need to see that. Some of you are doing a great job at that, and keep going is what I would tell you. But those of you who haven't ventured into that as much, that is what's going to build that connection and help you stand out from the others in your industry. Let's talk a little bit about networking and that human connection. When you're at these events, we want you to be focused on building relationships. And the type of women that are listening to this podcast, I know that's what you're doing. In our conversations, I know it gets tiring, and every networking event is not the right fit for you. But if you're taking the time and you're going to these events, let's really work on building the relationships. Please do the follow-up. I don't know how many times I've been to networking events, and if I wasn't the one reaching out, I would have never heard from these people again. what's the point if we're going to meet people and they feel like someone we'd like to know more about or hear more about their business and they just never follow up? It's such a lost opportunity. We're going to be intentionally building these relationships. When you go to the events, show up as a leader and not just a participant. Provide value. Whether you're a speaker or the attendee, you can introduce people. You can help out. You can provide value to the event, whether that's sharing about it afterwards. But how you walk through that door for the event is going to affect the type of relationships that you're building at networking events. So you're saying, why can't I just do social media? Can I just have people find me? And you certainly can. If you're a sales funnel, nameless, faceless, many type business model, this podcast is not probably for you. You're welcome to listen, but you might get frustrated because I help business owners who build through referrals, local visibility, attracting through connection. That's more what I love helping with. And it's more the way my clients are wired. There's definitely a place for ads. Your social media can be a great nurturing space. I want you to be intentional with it, though, that you are building relationships in any online presence space that you're in. Especially if you sell a higher cost or long-term commitment service, you will probably need multiple touch points to build the relationship and trust as the expert. So we want to have those higher level connections, the higher level relationships, whether that's people referring you or that is the type of people that you are hoping to work with. So building relationship. Referrals, word of mouth, that happens with intentional business activity. It's something I help owners build into their client journey. So you're not just having a wish that someone will refer you. Wow, this is great. People are referring me. We want to make it an easy and intentional part of your process, and that is possible. All right, we're moving into the third one, and this is retention. I am encouraging my clients to focus on retention and repeat business for 2026. It should always be a focus, but when things feel uncertain or your industry is experiencing change, the stats don't lie for repeat customers. The latest one that I saw was that the probability of selling to existing customers is 60 to 70% versus a new customer, 5 to 20%. So where is your energy better spent? Also, the women I work with, we love our clients. So many of us just really, we've built the relationship and we really enjoy the people that we're working with. And so let's focus on continuing to work with them. You've worked with them, you've helped them go through some kind of transitional phase, transformation. So why do we stop there and just hope that they get back in touch with us? I'm not suggesting that you spam them and keep throwing a bunch of ads at them. We don't want every future experience they have with us just being on a list that spams to them in their inbox. We want to acknowledge them, connect with them, continue to build that relationship even after we don't work with them, especially if you really enjoy your clients. Stay in touch with them just even on a personal level or by engaging with their online content. Focusing on a customer-centered strategy is going to help you with that retention. Statistics show that consumers are continuing to spend money, but they are more thoughtful and selective about who they're supporting. Loyalty and repeat business is built through their firsthand experience, number one. And sometimes you don't get a second chance. So you want to make sure that your client journey and client experience is intentional and documented, frankly, because we want that consistency. Loyalty comes from consistent experience. They know what to expect. They know they can trust it. The expectations have been laid out, and all they have to do is show up and have a great experience because you have set up a path that gives your expectation, gives the boundaries, and sets them up for success. Loyalty and repeat business is also built through that follow-up and continued relationship. So let's acknowledge our clients, nurture those relationships, thank them personally. Maybe they get the special offers instead of always having the special offers go to new clients or people who have never worked with you before. You could build loyalty by providing an event that is just for your customers. I host an event like this where it is geared towards my Impact Business Circle membership, and they each get to bring a guest. So it's not a publicly facing event. It is a thank you and a privilege for my paying membership members to be able to attend. Loyalty can also come with strategic outreach. If there's ways you can support someone and you see them going through something that you could help them with, reach out, offer to support them. But it takes intention, planning, and team implementation. So if you do have a staff or a team, let's have this as a structure and part of your process and not just an afterthought where you have to go back into your payment processor and say, oh, who have I worked with in the past? Let's make this a part of our structure and then also have the bonus of when we see someone in person and we enjoy them, let's chat with them. Let's build that relationship, nurture the relationship. And a lot of times they will continue to work with you just naturally because you are staying top of mind. I say a lot of this because business owners tend to focus on getting new clients more than they focus on thanking, appreciating, and acknowledging their past and current clients. It's not always about the next client. You may have wonderful repeat clients that just didn't feel appreciated by you and they won't come back. So let's make sure we're taking care of and appreciating our current and our past clients. So where should you focus in your business for 2026? Well, of course, that's going to depend on your business plan and your growth structure and what you're hoping to accomplish for your business goals. But I can tell you that focusing on that human interaction, that customer experience, and creating real experience and real human interaction can't go wrong if you're in a referral or word of mouth type business. Let's focus on consistent planning, real experiences and content, and focus on customer loyalty and experience. Now, how do you do that in your business specifically? Well, let's do a 30-minute quick call and chat about your goals for this year and where you might be able to take a couple things from this episode and apply them to your business. There's a link in the show notes. They're 30 minutes. They're quick, but it is a way for us to get to know you. If you've never had a call with me in the past, I would love to get to know more about your business. And if we have worked together in the past, then you know I want to hear your updates and see how things are going since the last time we talked. Please set up a quick call and let's chat. I am wishing you the best 2026 in your business. Keep showing up regardless of what's going on. Your clients need you. They need your support. So let's keep showing up and keep making a difference in our communities. Now go get back to work.